IG Markets is easily one of the most cost-efficient brokers that you can use to invest right now. It charges zero commission and zero platform fees on shares and ETFs across every market it offers. And right now, there's even a promo waiving the FX markup on your overseas trades, which I will get into later. In this video, I'm going to share everything you need to know about IG Markets, what it offers, its perks, and the trade-offs to watch out for before you sign up. But before we start, quick disclaimer. This video is produced in collaboration with IG Markets, but rest assured that everything here is based on my own experience and opinion of using the broker. So first up, you might be wondering, can you even trust IG Markets with your money? IG Markets isn't some app that just popped up yesterday. The parent company IG Group was founded in London all the way back in 1974. That is more than 50 years ago, and it is a publicly listed company on the London Stock Exchange, which means all its finances are audited and published for everyone to see. In fact, as of March this year, it has even grown big enough to join the FTSE 100, which is basically the 100 biggest companies on the UK stock market. Today, IG Group operates in 19 countries, including here in Singapore, where they've been around since 2006. IG Group's Singapore arm, IG Asia, is licensed and regulated by MAS, and your money doesn't sit with IG Market itself. Instead, it is kept in segregated trust accounts at local banks, separate from the company's own money. So even in a worst case scenario, your funds are still safe. For the longest time, IG Group is well known as a platform that lets you trade CFDs and leverage products. Because of that, most people often get confused when they see the name IG. But while the older IG trading platform is built around CFDs, IG Markets is mainly about investing in shares and ETFs. So what can you actually trade on IG Markets? In total, it gives you access to 5 markets. First up is Singapore, where you can trade all your favorite stocks, REITs and ETFs on the Singapore Exchange. Over in the US, you have got the New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq, which is where all the big names like Apple and Nvidia trade, alongside the popular S&P 500 ETFs. There's also Hong Kong's HKEX, where you can buy into Chinese giants like Alibaba and Tencent. And then there's Japan, which is something a lot of the mainstream brokers here don't even offer. So if you want a slice of Japanese names like Toyota, Sony or Nintendo, IG Markets is one of the few brokers that lets you do it. But more importantly, you can also tap into the London Stock Exchange. Here, you'll find many of the popular Ireland domicile ETFs that Singaporean investors like to invest in, like the all-world funds or the ones tracking the S&P 500. And this lets you save on the dividend withholding tax as well as estate tax. One thing to note here, on the London Exchange, IG Markets lists the pound-denominated versions of these Ireland domicile ETFs. So instead of CSPX, you'll find CSP1, or instead of VWRA, you'll find the VWRP, and instead of ACWD, you'll find ACWI. And here's something I really like. For the US market, IG Markets also supports fractional shares. So instead of needing a few $100s just to buy one share of an expensive stock like Nvidia or Amazon, you can start with as little as 1 SGD. So even your leftover Angbao money is more than enough to get you started with investing. Now let's talk about the fees, because this is where IG Markets really stand out. On any trade, there are 2 costs that quietly eat into your returns: the commission you pay when you buy and the FX markup when the trade is overseas. And IG Markets brings the commission down to a true $0 on top of $0 platform fees across every market. This is unlike some platforms where they say zero commission, but then they charge you a platform fee on top, or others that charge $0 fees only on a handful of trades a month while still charging you a high FX markup. With IG Markets, you can trade as many times as you want without paying them a single cent in commissions or platform fees. Not only that, there's no inactivity fees, no account maintenance fees, nor custody fees. Of course, the usual third-party fees such as SGX clearing fees or the US SEC fees will still apply. But those are charged by the exchanges and regulators and not IG, and this is standard across all brokers. Plus, from now until 31st August 2026, IG Markets is also waiving its FX markup entirely on overseas trades. So not only do you pay zero commission whenever you trade, you also pay zero FX markup whenever you trade overseas. Also, do take note that current promotions I will speak about in this video, including zero FX markup, interest on shares, and welcome bonus that I will get into later, apply for share trading accounts only. So how does IG Markets actually stack up against other low-cost brokers? During this promo window, with zero commission and zero FS markup, it's about as cheap as it gets on the fees that actually matter. Whether it's the US, Singapore, Hong Kong, UK or Japan market, you are paying zero commission to buy in. But fees aside, the other thing I really like about IG markets is how simple it is to use. It is app only, so everything runs off your phone and there's no clunky desktop platform to wrestle with. If you have tried other low-cost brokers, you know the feeling. You open the app and it throws charts, indicators and a dozen tabs at you when all you wanted was to buy a stock. Meanwhile, IG markets feels like a breath of fresh air. Here, you have got a simple watch list for the stock that you are following, and if you tap into any of them, you get a clean price chart, the key numbers, analyst ratings with price targets, and the latest news. Likewise, placing a trade is just as straightforward. While it only comes with the basic limits and market orders, this is actually all a long-term investor really needs. And that's about it. The whole app is built to get you informed, get your trade in, and let you get on with your day without trying to bury you in data. Not just that, with recurring orders, IG Markets takes this simplicity even further. This is a feature that lets you automatically invest every week, every 2 weeks, or every month. So when the market is up, you auto buy, and when the market is down, you cry and you auto buy too. This feature is available on all 5 markets, whether it's the US, UK, Singapore, Hong Kong, or Japan. And the minimum per recurring buy is just 1 SGD for the US market, which supports fractional share. But wait, it gets even better, because while your portfolio just sits there, IG Markets actually pays you 3% per annum to hold your shares and ETFs. And this is what makes it different. This isn't the typical interest on your idle cash. Instead, this is the interest on your actual invested portfolio. So the more you invest, the more interest you earn, up to the first $50,000 of your portfolio value. So if you have got $50,000 sitting idle that you would otherwise have invested anyway, putting the capital to work on IG Markets earns you an extra $1,500 a year or $125 a month on top of whatever your investments are already doing. And there's no lock-in and no minimum either. All you gotta do is make 1 trade a month and think you qualify for the 3% interest. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you are someone who trades CFDs, IG Markets now offers them within the app too. And this isn't new territory for IG. Their IG trading platform has been offering CFD trading here in Singapore for over 20 years. So they are basically bringing the same experience over into IG Markets. A CFD or contract for difference lets you trade on the price movement of an asset without actually owning it. People use them to hedge their existing holdings or to trade with leverage on both rising and falling markets. I don't personally trade CFDs, so I'm no expert here. Just know that there are separate, leverage and much higher risk products than the shares and ETFs that we are talking about, and the FS Reward promo, interest on shares and welcome bonus doesn't apply to CFD accounts. So if you really know what you're doing, feel free to check it out. Otherwise, it's best to just stick with investing in actual shares and ETFs. Okay, here's my take. In my view, IG Markets is one of the most cost-efficient brokers that you can use right now, if not the most, for all the reasons we have covered. You are paying zero commission to buy across all 5 markets. You are getting 3% a year just for holding your shares, and you get to do all that in a clean, fast-free app. On top of that, right now there's a promo waiving its FS markup entirely on overseas trades, which makes buying foreign stocks even cheaper. So if you are interested, you can sign up through my link in the description. New users can get up to $258 in welcome rewards when you fulfill the terms and conditions. Anyway, that's all for this video. Hope you found it useful. Like, share and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every week.